relay, remember. And even though she got a mistake in the prone, she did come away with a bronze medal. So that suddenly took all the pressure off. And then on to the pursuit, which is the race she likes. 4 shoots, short laps of 2 kilometers. And her tactics paid off to perfection. 20 out of 20. And she strolled home to her first World Championship gold here in Oslo. Said a fantastic feeling to be on the top step of the podium. Mickey pointing out that all in each of the races so far, maybe apart from the women's relay, her last lap has been devastating, gaining some 20-30 seconds on the rest of the opposition. Yeah, it's got to do with my race management. I certainly started the individual a little more slowly. It's a long race, and I always want to save something for the final lap should it come down to a ski race. And she says you have to have a really strong mind to do that, and to be able to fight for that final 3 kilometers. It's not easy, but this is where all the distance that you put in training pays off, and that's what she did especially well in the individual, where she came home to finish in bronze medal again. Now, talking about willpower, Mickey's commenting on Lara's hobby of climbing, mountain climbing, rock climbing for some of you, and she's a very, very good climber indeed. She said it is just one of my hobbies at the moment. I love being outside, I love being on the move. And pointing out that when she's not training and when she's not racing, she likes to clear her mind of biathlon, and climbing is the perfect way of doing that. And anyone who's climbed knows exactly there's only one thing you can think about, and that's staying alive, staying on that rock face. And she says it's where my focus is when I'm not doing biathlon. I absolutely love being out in the hills, and actually you need the same sort of mental strength to climb as you do for shooting in the biathlon. You have to be able to clear your mind, you have to stay relaxed. Mickey saying that Magdalena Neuner called you the up-and-coming biathlon star, and she responded by saying that actually I'm going well, but I'm not going to be around that long. I plan on having a short biathlon career, and she says I love it at the moment, I'm enjoying it, and as long as I enjoy it I will stay with it, but as soon as I fall out of love with biathlon I will move on and find something else to do. Now, she won't be the first to do that, but it will be disappointing if we lose her in the next couple of seasons. So biathlon at the moment is her #1 priority. Well, what about the relay? Could she add another medal? Four starts, 4 medals, sensational. Yeah, she's really enjoying the experience of these World Championships. Found it a little bit harder on the skis after the relay, and then tried to put the power down on the final lap, but just couldn't cope with the pace that Dorin Habert set, and couldn't catch Marta Olsbu of Norway either. And she knew pretty early on that final lap that it was not going to be a gold or a silver, but saying I was really proud to bring the team home in the bronze medal position. So, to celebrate, what about another medal in the mass start? You're one of the favourites. How do you feel about that? Really motivated. I just have to see how well I can relax in the situation, and you know, she knows that everyone starts on an equal basis with 4 shootings, everyone getting the same conditions. She is confident, and she is one of the best shots on the tour. Over 90% hit rate in both prone and stand for the season. It's an astonishing record for a 22-year-old.
She really is special, and you know, some of the past names from Germany, Uschi Diesel, Kathi Wilhelm, Andrea Henko, Martina Glago, I think she's the best. Neuner, of course, was brilliant. She had a little more ski pace than Dahlmeier, but Dahlmeier has ski pace and the ability, as you say, to hit the targets. 91% pro, 93 stand. It's the best in the world.
So will it be her day, or will someone else come home in gold medal position? national anthem. Of course, the king is here again. Nervous time for the athletes. Tyrrell Eckhoff has the honour of wearing bib number 1, having won the first individual race of the championships, which of course was the sprint. That really got, I know we'd had the mixed relay before that, Mike, but Tyrrell's success really got the atmosphere going. Everyone started to enjoy it, and there was a buzz not only around the city centre but also up on Holmenkollen Hill.
Oh, there really was. And I don't think that when Tyrrell Eckhoff came here for the World Champ, I don't think she'd have expected with one race to go that she has 2 golds and 1 bronze. It's been outstanding.
Now, how would you like to have someone clear the snow out of your boot every time you put your skis on?
How spoiled,
what a luxury.
What
a luxury. Yeah.
And these warm conditions, of course, the snow dust build up and stick in your ski boots.
Well, as soon as you step on the snow, you get ice in the base of the ski boot. Dorin Habert yet to win a mass start event this season, but the ski speed and the shooting she's shown, certainly she's one of the favourites. Dorothy Vera got herself a medal in the individual. My mistake, it was the pursuit where Vera came home in silver medal position. Great comeback from her. The World Cup leader, Sokolova, has to race for gold and race for the Crystal Globe today. Added pressure on the number 1 Czech, and Kaisa MAKARAINEN. The Oslo Stadium looking fantastic for the last day. There's a little bit of sunshine breaking through the thin layer of clouds that's sitting high above the stadium. The light is perfect, there is no wind. This is actually the quietest we've had it for the whole championships. Let's have a look at the track here in Oslo. Of course, the women's distance, 12.5 kilometres.
12.5 and a total climb of 437 metres. In this race at the last championships, only 405 metres of climb.
The countdown has started for the last event for the women at these Biathlon World Championships. The best 30 in the world effectively on the lineup, and the best of the best on the front grid. Tyrrell Eckhoff on the far side, Laura Dahlmeier, the winner of the pursuit in the middle, and of course Dorin Habert of France, nearest the camp. A good start, essential, and away they go. Interesting to see what sort of pace they set, Mike. After a really intense period of racing, often we see a very steady pace set by the big names early on.
I think we do. We tend to see that at World Championships, not so much at World Cups, where they're only on the back of a 3-day event. This is a 6-day, 11 days, 6 events. And often it is much slower, but I think Tyrrell Eckhoff is using her strength, her ski speed, to at least start it fast and positive. Those who have taken part in all 5 races so far today, there's 6, about 3/4 of the field, so it's much the same for all of the best. Dahlmeier, she missed that mixed relay, so she must be feeling a little more energized than some of those who've had all the races under their belt.
Around the back of the race buildings, the commentary boxes there just on the right of your screen as they work their way out towards the first serious climb, and Tyrrell Eckhoff happy to lead the way. I was interested how bold she was in the women's relay, Mike. Absolutely seemed unfazed by the situation. And that second shoot of Eckhoff's, there she is wearing number 1. Her standing shoot, sensational. Only the second time she's cleared 5 with 5.
Isn't it strange? Once you unblock that that roadblock, just the confidence builds, and I would love to see her put it together again today. I'm not sure she will, but she certainly looks controlled with her pace there.
A little bit of a roadblock. Looks like Franziska Hildebrand getting a little caught up on the inside, and that's something they need to be wary of. Out of those wearing bibs 1 to 9, Mike, who are the hot favourites to win here, just off the top of your head, who do you think has shot clear the most this season?
Just off the top of my head, I would say it would be Dahlmeier, but it could be wrong. Sokolova is normally very strong as well.
Well, Hildebrand is the best. She's shot clear 6 times, so keep an eye on her. She's wearing 8. Sokolova has shot clear 5 times, and Dahlmeier, but remember Dahlmeier hasn't raced as much. She's shot clear 4 times this season. And Dorothy Vera has also gone clear 4 times. They, of course, are all in the top 5 of the World Cup standings. It tells you a lot.
And I think we've seen Hildebrand at so many of the major championships, how she manages herself on the range. She is just so solid on that rifle, so composed.
It's certainly not a blistering pace over the first kilometre, coming up to 0.9 of a K. Most of the hard climbing done now on this first lap. 2 minutes 51 on the clock. That is slow. And actually, Mike, we were lucky enough to get a little ski this morning. I was interested. 2 days ago, my skis were much better than yours. Today, yours were much better than mine. Now, it's nothing to do with the wax, because we haven't waxed them for 10 days. So it must be to do with the structure, the base, the grind in the ski. Just explain how that works.
Well, today is different. Our humidity is a little lower, and the tracks are less icy today, less compressed. And so there's aeration within the snow, and that allows certainly for my skis today, which were more smooth than yours, which had deep grind, that allowed them to glide much more freely. The athletes today with these conditions, there'll be quite a smooth base, but you still want to wick away the humidity, or the humidity which builds underneath the base of the ski. You want to wick that away, which the structure does.
It actually feels like the warmest day, but one of the reasons for that is that we haven't got any wind today. The chill factor yesterday was pretty unpleasant. But I had one of those experiences where it's like you're on ice for 1 minute, but then you're on treacle, and you couldn't quite predict whether the ski was going to run well out of the bottom of a downhill or come to a grinding halt. So it's a little bit unpleasant, but the race tracks here are certainly different from the tourist tracks that we were on first thing this morning.
Very much. This will give a good indication, or to see if anyone's got poor skis, running less well than others on this descent. Normally they're much the same. There's not a big bracket in it.
This is where you want a really fast pair of skis, a long downhill, but it leads to the big climb that brings them back into the stadium. And if you can gain 4 or 5 metres, or you can stand tall 2 or 3 seconds later than everyone else, it is valuable energy saved. Eckhoff being pushed down into second place by Dorothy Vera, who sets the pace. Lara Dahlmeier taking it easy. That's similar to what we saw in the relay, Mike. We were surprised by that. Makarainen's not going to lose positions in this early stage, but how will she shoot today?
I think she's good for 1 or 2 misses. I would love to see her hit all 20, and if she does hit all 20, I think we've got a chance for the first of the Finnish gold medals.
82% in the prone for Makarainen. Sounds good, but when you compare it to Dahlmeier on 91, Dorin Habert on 93, Vera on 91, Sokolova in the prone on 95% for the whole season, it's phenomenal. So I think Makarainen has to get through the first 2 shoots to have a chance.
Definitely. I love the way that Vera at the front there, she's the fastest shooter, so she absolutely wants to get herself into position first, then let that fast shooting allow the freedom of those fast shots, and I think she's hoping to be out first, probably 5 hits as well.
Down past the southern stand with, what have we got, 2,000-3,000 on that temporary stand that greets them as they enter the shooting range. They break to the right, the landing zone for the ski jump in the background. It is a spectacular setting, but each and every one of these 30 athletes 100% focused on the job in hand. 5 targets at 50 meters. You don't lose the race, or you don't win the race on this first shoot, but you can certainly lose it if you find yourself doing 2 or 3 penalty loops.
From the best 30 here, ranking in the world and performing at this event, I think we'll see 16, 17 shoot clear first time in.
You were quite right, Mike. Vera was the first to get around the way, but it went wide, so she finds herself with the next 150 meters. Guzik for Poland. Poland just missing the medals in the relay. She misses her last shot. Dorin Habert, as you would expect, is clear. Dahlmeier is clear. Eckhoff brings a cheer out of the crowd with a clear shoot. Makarainen, Sokolova is clear. And the only victim of the big names from that first shoot is Dorothy Vera of Italy, who will find herself with some 25 seconds to make up on the race leaders. That's the worst possible start for the Italian.
It is. I think we've said it many times. If you're going to make it the first time, then you've got a chance of catching up or pulling yourself back into the race. Later on, it's a little messy. Tough to get the time back.
Well, Vera is out, 18.9.
Sokolova, no ski pole.
Well, she'll get one soon enough. There you go. It doesn't take long. The Czechs are a very well organised team. Really great spirit in the Czech team. It would be nice to see them leave these championships with a medal. Sokolova certainly is their best chance, I think, today. But Schlesinger, Morovitz, Sukup didn't look too bad in the men's relay yesterday. We'll see how they get on. But Sukup actually won't qualify for the men's mass start, only the best 30 in the world.
16 shooting the perfect 0 in the first time in. No wind influence at all.
Well, you saw the pole being ripped out of Sokolova's hand. That was someone must have skied over the basket, Mike. How many times this season have we seen her have issues like that? We saw her drop the pole in Ruhpolding. She went on to lose the race by 1.5 seconds to Lara Dahlmeier. And those are sort of careless mistakes. Okay, she's made a mistake at the start of the race. Maybe that will focus her mind for the rest.
Well, it's strange, isn't it? That's only cost her 3, 4, 6 seconds at best. But it's affected her mindset. That is annoying. She got annoyed with the athlete behind her. I'm not sure she actually clipped in properly to the handle.
I'm absolutely with you. It seemed to come out far too easily, and there wasn't that pull on the shoulder that you get when your pole is firmly attached to the strap that goes round the wrist. Any surprises? Hauser of Austria started well. Nice to see. Erlova, is she going to be the one that brings Russia their first medal? She lies in third at the moment. Dahlmeier 4, Eckhoff down in 5. Anderson is there for Sweden. The Swedes, I think they're pretty happy with the way their women have performed. And the next couple of seasons, maybe Pyeongchang is where we're going to see the Swedes threatening to win races again.
I think so. And last year there wasn't one of them in this race in the top 30. So we have 2 this time around. Big improvement.
Lap 2, and Dorothy Vera missing a target on the first shoot. Marta Olsbu also missing. She's 26 seconds behind. And Nace Biscon, the silver medalist from the individual, is 30 seconds behind, having missed one. Fanny Birkeland, who got the gold in the women's relay with the Norwegian team, missing one. Perhaps the worst news, Dunkley of USA, 2 misses on that first prone. And her prone shooting's been so good this season, so I'm not sure what happened to Dunkley on this occasion.
I wonder if that was just a little bit of self-pressure. She really believes, and the Americans believe, that she can get a medal today, and I wonder if the routine or the thinking has changed just a little for that first shoot.
And Pigrushna missing 2 for Ukraine as well. Now the Ukrainians, Mike, started so well in these championships. Semenov getting a silver. I find it hard to comprehend the drop-off in form that we've seen from all of them.
It is quite interesting. I know a lot of the athletes, a lot of the coaches have been talking about the effect that going to the 2 North American World Cups has had on many of their athletes. I asked today why Podshufarova, she'd qualified, why she wasn't racing. I got 2 answers. One was the stupidity of the coaches, make it, no food, no sleep, all the races in Canada and North America. So there's some negatives, and maybe, just maybe, all that travel, and then the final preparation here, we've seen some athletes just drop off in form or interest.
Well, I'm all for taking the Tour to North America. We can't criticise that. The athletes all are full of praise for Canmore. I don't think they enjoyed the Presque Isle experience quite as much, but maybe they were already starting to focus on the World Championships. I was just wondering if there was an extra week between the end of Presque Isle and the start of the World Championships. Everyone would have had a chance to recover.
I really think so. And the likes of Johannes Tingesbo, remember, he only went over for one of the 2 World Cups. Dorothy Vera also stepping back and only doing the Canmore.
That's true, but she's still tired. And you can understand it. It's been a long, hard season. 26 individual races, of course, mixed relays, depending on whether you get selected for the team or not. After today's race, just 3 races to go, so 180 points up for grabs. Today is crucially important for Sokolova, Mike. If she wins today, or if she beats Dorin Habert and Vera, then she's in a really good position in Chianti Manses. If she loses 20 points to those two, then the pressure is on, because the lead is down to something around 50-55 points.
And so many seasons we've seen at this stage, when the pressure grows, the points begin to change dramatically. And we've seen, was it Henkel?
Henkel.
From leading to 27th in one of the races, one of the final races. It can happen.
Well, missing 5 on the first shoot. I remember that a few years ago. And we all talk about the pressure at the World Championship race and the Olympics. The race that holds the most pressure, if the battle for the Crystal Globe is still on, it's that mass start in Chianti Manses, where we see meltdowns like we never see at any other stage of the season.
It's almost cruel, and this race is a cruel race. It's a World Championships today, and we often see some top athletes just beginning to feel the pressure too much. But I love the way that Tyrrell Eckhoff is leading. They're allowing her to lead. She's got the status to lead this event.
Well, I think she's quick enough to lead. You think they're showing her respect, or do you think Tyrrell Eckhoff is saying, I have to hurt I have to hurt the best shots. I've got to take them out of their comfort zone. It may mean I miss, but they're more likely to miss as well.
But her confidence, as you said, she's never hit 10 out of 10 until the first race here in the sprint. She did it again in the relay. She must be really believing in herself now.
Yeah, that relay shoot, we've mentioned it already, but that standing shoot in the relay was quite sensational. She needs 3 more clear shoots to stand a chance of taking the gold here today.
Vera is straight back into this. She was 19 seconds behind. She's with the lead group now.
Well, she skied very fast on the first lap. If Vera can hold it together this time around, she will have had time to recover. Always a gamble, gaining 20 seconds on the race leaders in 1 lap. Vera's thrown the first one wide again. Similar situation. She cleared 3, 2, 3, 4 and 5 last time. Dorin Habert, 5 out of 5. Eckhoff on 4 at the moment. Good shooting from Hauser. Dahlmeier goes clear. Eckhoff misses number 5. Makarainen has hit all 10. We suggested if she's going to win, she's got to clear 10 in the prone. She's done just that. A chance for Finland now to think about medals. They haven't had a taste.
And for Vera to pull back 18, but it did cost her a target this time round as well.
What do we have? 16 clear after the first shoot. We're down to 7 clear so far, and Scardino is the slowest of those, just 12 seconds behind. Far vignettes, Makarainen, Hauser, Erlover's there in the top 3. Lara Dahlmeier, of course, for Germany, and Marie Dorin Habert looking for 6 out of 6. Well, what a fascinating race. Perhaps the 2 best female biathletes are side by side. Sokolova, Mike, just looking at her shooting score.
Well, she missed one this time, so 32.8 behind. She will be so disappointed. She often shoots a lot slower than the likes of Vera and even Dahlmeier.
But crucially, 18th position. So at the moment, giving away some 40 points to Marie Dorin Habert. She can ill afford that. She came into today's race with a lead in the World Cup of just 86 points. Well, this is the best possible scenario for Dorin Habert. There she is leading the way, looking for her 3rd gold of these championships and trying to take some of those column inches away from Martin Fourcade, who of course has 4 golds already. Could make it 5 this afternoon. Dorin Habert, Dahlmeier, Makarainen. Three of the greatest ever on the climb out of the stadium on lap number 3, up past the church. They're going to be so familiar with these tracks, Mike. It's nice to see that a lot of the athletes actually move away from the stadium to do their training, looking for some slightly easier tracks, but there's not a lot of easy skiing around here.
There really isn't, and it's 15 days at least most of these athletes being here. You need to get that change of scenery. A lot of the athletes out jogging as well. We've seen that with Dahlmeier every day. She's out there just light jogging, and that's to aid recovery, and she's certainly looking recharged today. I don't think the pace has picked up to its top limit yet in this race, Patrick. And each of these three at the front just being a little economical, with the full knowledge that the two stand shoots have still to come. Prone, prone, stand, stand. What about Ulsbu? The confidence in the Norwegian team is all there. It's grown as each day has gone by. Birkeland, position 9, she's only missed one. And Tirol Eckhoff, we saw her miss one. She's only 23 seconds behind. The race is still wide open. Vitkova, another one of those with just one miss. She missed hers first time in. Only 22 seconds behind. Dunkley is back into it with her strong skiing. She missed two first time. She cleared the second time. Well, there she is. She's only 36 seconds behind.
Certainly still in the race, but she's got to produce the standing shooting of her career. Lisa Vitozzi there, 21-year-old Italian. It's not been a bad championships for the girl from Zapata, but didn't race in the individual, so maybe a little fresher than some. Dorothy Vera, what has she got left to give? You certainly wouldn't take it away from her if she came away with the gold medal this time round.
I think Dorothy Vera, we saw there, I think the spirit a little down. Of course, she missed one the first time. It was two the second time, and she's in 23rd position, nearly a minute behind.
It's got to be perfect if she's going to catch any of these three leaders. And just slowly pulling away. Dahlmeier doing her share at the front. Dorin Habert has been leading. Makarainen either unable or unwilling to lead the race at the moment. Probably just coming up with a strategy that means she is in a position to outski the two in front of her, should she still be there when it comes to the final shoot. But Makarainen's standing shoot so far this season, 81%. We know all about Dahlmeier. She's on 93% for the stand position, and Dorin Habert on 80%. So Dahlmeier at this stage would be the favourite to clock up her second gold of the championships.
Dahlmeier has definitely taken the initiative. She thought the pace was a little too comfortable there in behind Dorin Habert, and she certainly injected a turn of pace. But we did see her so fatigued in the relay. A couple of days ago, Dahlmeier lost a lot of time on that final lap, and she's probably aware of that, probably has that in the back of her mind. But what a great shot she is, and always appears to be able to cope with the pressure.
Just looking further down, the Canadians with Rosanna Crawford. She's, of course, the partner of Brendan Green, who brought Canada home to the bronze medal yesterday in the men's relay. She's not going too badly, in the top 20 at the moment. But this is where the action is. This is where the gold medalist is most likely to come from. Looking further down, Ulsbu's had a good lap again, Mike, but really needs to hit 10 out of 10. Can't afford to be on the chase all the way through the race. She's only some 10-11 seconds behind the race leaders. And Ulsbu going into lane 4.
Good news for the Russians as well. Urleva's there in what, 5th, 6th position.
Dorin Habert strikes first. I thought Dahlmeier might, but she's thrown her first wide, so first mistake from the German, and Dorin Habert will have picked up on that. She stays focused. 4 out of 4, 5 out of 5. We have a French leader again. Is it going to be gold medal number 6 for the French team, who've been on such good form all the way through? Makarainen, one miss, but she limits it to 1. She'll stay level with Dahlmeier. Urleva, the individual champion from 2015, has gone 5 with 5. Sokolova, what a recovery from Sokolova from 18th. She's going all the way back up into the top 5. We'll just wait and confirm that. But a brilliant comeback at just the right time for the world number 1.
Oh, what a race. It was almost as if this was the final shoot. The pressure was felt so much by so many of the big names.
Well, look at that, just 15 seconds separating the top positions. It's all change at the front of this women's mass start. Out comes Dahlmeier. She's back down into 6th, having led the way into the range. Perhaps it wasn't such a good idea, but it's easy to say in hindsight. Dahlmeier in 6th, Brazar in 7th at the moment. Down in 8th position, we've got Kaisa MAKARAINEN, 0-0-1, the finish shot so far. And Susan Dunkley, 2-0-0, got herself back into the top 10. So watch out for her on that final shoot. She's very quick on the last lap. But this is how it is done.
This newfound confidence, aggression, fearlessness, it's working so well for Dorin Habert.
She was talking about having the right elbow a little bit higher, Mike. It didn't look to be visibly higher, but that's something that Poiré used to do. A really positive action with the right arm. Do you go for that, or do you go for relaxation?
So many are relaxed in the right shoulder, but it certainly has allowed her to be more aggressive, and hey, that's a great thing. 5 out of 5. If she can do that again, another gold medal will be round her neck.
5 medals from 5 races, looking to make it 6 today. "15 seconds, the margin." Dorin Habert, who was the most successful athlete at the World Championships last year, it looks like she's going to do it again. A drink for Oliver. It's only a 15-kilometre race, but it's been a tough championships, and it's humid out there. It's much warmer without the wind, and I think that's probably a good move from Oliver. Just a little sip, half a mouthful, and that might just refresh the body.
I think it does. It's a change. It's a positive. It's something different in all this discomfort, the pain when you're pushing up these very steep climbs here in Oslo.
Dorin Habert cuts the corner very tight on her climb out of the stadium on the penultimate lap. 1 shoot still to go.
Well, I'm just looking, as you said, Dorin Habert's 15 seconds, 20 seconds ahead, but position 3 all the way down to position 15. There's barely 19 seconds separating them. Anyone up for that bronze medal?
Russia have not yet taken a medal. They lie in 2nd, or they actually pushed down a 3rd, because the Czech Republic, who haven't taken a medal either, have gone into 2nd. It's not Sokolova, but the best news for the Czechs is that their 2 best athletes are both in the top 4. Sokolova 4, we've got Veronika Vitkova in 3. Both of them have hit 14 out of 15, and they both cleared the first 5 in the standing position. It's looking good. Is this going to be their opportunity? Will they seize it?
Just looking, only 3 out of the best 30 in the world have hit 15 out of 15. It's nerves, it's fatigue, it's tension, it's pressure, it's so many things that you have to deal with out there.
Here come the chasing group, and Sokolova is pushing the pace. She's still thinking in terms of gold medals, and she's got herself back up into 2nd, having come out of the range in 4th. Vitkova going with her. Her teammate hot on her tail. MAKARAINEN goes ahead of Oliver. Oliver's strength so far today has been the shooting, but it looks as if it comes to a ski race for the final lap, she might well be skied out of the medals. Scardino, Dunkley, 9 and 10.
You need the ski speed, and what a strength from Dunkley there, just 40 seconds behind, a 1/3 of the way up the field. She gets another clear, she's got a good chance of going into top 5, maybe even a medal.
Well, remember, each missed shot will cost the athlete at least 25 seconds. That's the penalty loop. But we were discussing about how much time you lose on the last lap if you have to do 1 or 2 penalties after the final shoot.
It takes the stuffing out of you. It's the last part of the race. If you're charging, and so often the athletes push so hard around the penalty loop because they're angry they've missed a shot, and that really zaps the energy from the legs for the final time round. This 2.5.
15.2. The lead for Dorin Habert coming out of the range. She has extended that to 25 seconds. She has earned herself a missed shot. That is a phenomenal effort from Dorin Habert. I think she's employing the right tactics. She's been shooting so well here in Oslo that why not be confident? Why not be aggressive?
Well, you know, and she's probably thinking right now, I must keep the thought which Martin Fourcade gave me to be visualizing only the top of the podium and just letting it go automatically, being attacking, being aggressive on the rifle for the last time. The biggest surprise for me today is Preuss and Hildebrand. We were singing Hildebrand's praises, how amazing she is with the rifle. She's missed 1. But her ski speed isn't there. She's 51 seconds behind in 12th place. Preuss as well, she's missed 2 and she's 50 seconds behind. As usual, the best of the Germans, Dahlmeier.
Nice to see Vitkova staying with Sokolova. Can one of them shoot clear? If one of them does shoot clear, the chances are they will get a taste of the medals this afternoon on the last day of the Biathlon World Championships. Incidentally, France already have 9 medals from these championships. If Dorin Habert looks, she's surely going to take a medal of some colour. I think she's going to have to miss 3 to miss out on the medals. That would make it 10, and then Martin Fourcade running in the mass start this afternoon. They could equal Norway's tally from Nova Mesto back in 2013.
Could be. It's pretty close, though. She's can only buy 1 target missed. If she is going to miss, the others could be on her if they shoot clear.
So Dorin Habert, 23 seconds clear of Sokolova, 23.5 clear of Vitkova, Dahlmeier at 25, Oliver at 26, Makarainen at 27, Bescon at 32. It does not come much closer than this. The only person with a slight cushion is the race leader, but she will have more pressure than anyone else. Here we go. 0-0-0 so far. First one's important, and it's down. 5 for gold. 5 for 6 medals from 6 races, equaling Tora Berger. Here you go. Fantastic, fantastic. Marie Dorin Habert, the gold medalist from the individual, is going to be the gold medalist in the mass start, but who will take silver? Vitkova has missed already. Sokolova, the world number 1, 3 out of 3 at the moment. Dahlmeier's on the roll, working from right to left. Sokolova gets 5. That could be the Czechs' first medal, but Makarainen will chase, and so will Laura Dahlmeier. My goodness, Sokolova is going to have to work hard, and I think it has to be said, Mike, Dahlmeier's already chased Sokolova down once this season, and we know that Makarainen is one of the quickest out there, so it's certainly not confirmed yet for Sokolova. There she goes. What is good news is that she's not going to lose too many points to Marie Dorin Habert, but the race for the overall World Cup goes on.
Well, I think there's Makarainen just going by now. I think this is a Makarainen day for the silver medal, but she's got to pull back 7 seconds.
Well, there you see the leaderboard, 32 seconds separating the top 5, but only 12 seconds separating 2, 3, 4 and 5. Dorin Habert is away and clear, a 20-second margin.
Well, Jean-Paul has worked so much for this team. He believes, he gives everything to the team, and it's payback time. He must be so happy.
Gold medal number 6 coming the way of the French.
Well, Patrick, 3 gold, 2 silver and a bronze. If she stays up front, unlikely to be moved off that front position.
Well, here's the race for the silver medal, and Sokolova, her heart is going to sink when she sees not just Dahlmeier come through, but Makarainen come through. This is a really big test for Sokolova. Her consistency with the rifle has been her main weapon this year, Mike. Looking at her scores, what she had, 95 in the prone, 88 in the stand. The reason she leads the World Cup is because so often she shoots 0-0-0-0. And I just am a little concerned that she's not going to be able to keep the pace. I think she's still there at the moment.
She's still there, and she will never give in. She'll keep fighting. Makarainen's trying to get to the front, and I think that's very sensible because this is the steepest part to the high point of the course, and Makarainen is the best climber.
You can see Dorin Habert, there as she is from this shot. You can see her, certainly, she was up the top right-hand corner. The margin around 140 metres, and that's on an uphill section. So on the downhill coming down into the stadium, Dorin Habert will be at least 170, 180 metres clear of these 3. There is no pressure on the French woman at the moment. All she needs to do is stay on her feet. Up goes the tempo from Kaisa MAKARAINEN, wearing 7 in the white of Finland. Around the outside of Laura Dahlmeier. Sokolova looking a little ragged in 4th place now. She just has to hang on in there and see if she can hold it to the stadium and then get involved in a sprint for the medals. Well, we're certainly going to see our 7th nation on the podium today. That's great. Canada, of course, making it 6 yesterday with their bronze medal in the men's relay.
This is Makarainen's strength, hill climbing, and this is the steepest part of the course, and I think Makarainen has got this absolutely sussed, but she has already pulled back 6 seconds on Dahlmeier and on Sokolova.
Sokolova is broken, but it's going to be another top 5 for Sokolova, which has been her trademark for the season so far. Makarainen just 1 second, in fact not even a second clear of Lara Dahlmeier, who's hanging on in there in the slipstream of the Finn. Will she be able to hold in there?
Dahlmeier is looking at the body language of Makarainen, and I think she'll realise she's got a chance, because Makarainen is absolutely on her limit. As soon as that head is flopping left and then right, so Dahlmeier for me was looking the most stable.
Well, here we go under the road bridge. Still a fast section of downhill to be negotiated by Dorin Habert, and the gap between third and fourth is growing by the second.
Look at
Sokolovan's been blown away.
The skis of Dahlmeier, we just saw it there so much. They looked so much better than Makarainen. Big advantage.
Well, we'll get to see on the next downhill with Makarainen behind Dahlmeier whether she can keep pace. Here we go, fastest downhill section for Dorin Habert, still over 150 metres clear of the chasing two. Oh, you have to feel for Sokolova. Good shooting from Sokolova, 0-1-0-0.
Well, and she's had the 6th, the 4th, the 11th, the 5th, and the 6th. The 2 6ths were in the relays. It hasn't been a great time around for Sokolova, these champs.
And another good day of shooting for Scardino, Mike, but just lacking the ski pace to compete with the best. She's 43 seconds behind, having shot the perfect 20.
Sokolova's making something of a comeback, as she will keep believing that this is possible to touch the podium.
Well, she looked as though she had pretty good skis there. It's going to have to be an incredible burst from Sokolova to catch up with Dahlmeier and Makarainen, who may get involved in a game of cat and mouse. Here goes Dahlmeier on the chase for the silver medal. Makarainen won't give up on this one easy. She holds her line and actually might cut Dahlmeier off on this right-hand corner. She does just that, absolutely entitled to, because Dahlmeier had not got level, and therefore Makarainen gets choice of route round the right-hand corner, and then they will see the ski jump and they will see the stadium. Under 700 metres to go now.
Sokolova was only 2 seconds behind at the bottom of that climb, but I think she's been knocked back a little.
What a fantastic feeling to ski the last lap on your own. No one within 20 seconds of Dorin Habert, and it's the perfect shooting that's won her the race today. Around that left-hand corner, she's into the stadium. 450 metres to go for the race leader. Just over 500 for the chasers. Makarainen still ahead of Dahlmeier, and Sokolova's comeback has faded into nothing. It will be 4th place for the Czech. Will it be 2nd for Dahlmeier or 2nd for Makarainen?
Oh, little look behind. Dorin Habert is feeling the pace. She's had such a successful championships. Only, what, 300 metres to go. Dahlmeier is resting up. That's bad news, I think, for Makarainen.
Well, the tactics here, Mike, they both need to stay level on this last little climb, and then that run down into the stadium, over the little bridge. You probably in 2nd place over the bridge, and then make your move on the next downhill section. Use the energy for the bridge to attack. Makarainen needs to get 5-6 metres clear of Dahlmeier before the final right-hand turn. Dorin Habert, my goodness, it's a good thing it wasn't a 5-6 second lead, Mike. She looks finished.
She is absolutely finished, but hey, why not? After this will be her 3rd gold if she hangs on, 2 silver and 1 bronze.
She equals Tora Berger from Nova Mesto back in 2013. The French gold rush goes on and on and on, and it won't stop here, because Martin Fourcade will go for gold this afternoon in the men's mass start. Well done to Dorin Habert, gold medal number 2 in the individual events, and of course she got one in the mixed relay as well. It's Dahlmeier who comes through to take 2nd. Makarainen delighted with the fact that she's on the podium.